Thank you for joining us this morning. Why did you decide to run for state representative, and who did you tell first when you decided?
I decided to run for one reason. I teach at UMD and I'm in higher education, and I was chairing the budget committee, and we were having budget problems because of a reduction in state funding. So I couldn't resolve that as a faculty member or as the chair of the budget committee, so I wanted to run to make sure we're funding education in our state. And the second reason is I've been doing health policy for 20 years, and I knew the leadership in healthcare policy they were going to be leaving the legislature, retiring, or leaving for other reasons. So I knew there'd be a big hole in health policy at the state level, so I wanted to use my experience in healthcare and do something that would help all Minnesotans.
Tell me a little bit about your legislative district. What are some of the issues facing your district?
Well, I represent East Duluth, so it's everything east of 2nd Avenue, all the way up the hill to UMD. And this district is fairly mixed, but it's mostly urban. And as I was door knocking the district, I've heard a lot about different issues depending on the person's age and gender and their employment status. But a lot of the issues were economic issues. And as an economist, I would have long discussions about the economy or tax code. And healthcare was also a big issue. Paying for college for their kids was a big issue. I heard a lot of stories, and I actually learned a lot from door knocking, and I really, really appreciated having people open up to me and talk to me about what issues they were having or how we could improve their life.
When the end of session comes and you return back home, how would you like the people in your district to determine if you had been a successful legislator?
Well, I would like to, if they're following our legislation that we're sponsoring, so I got elected. I think I got elected because I wanted to get things done. I didn't want what was happening in Wisconsin or at the federal level, gridlock, to happen in Minnesota. So I'm really eager to get things done. So hopefully they'll look at my legislative record and see what bills I'm co-sponsoring or sponsoring. But as a freshman legislator, I understand that I have a lot to learn. So in my first few months, I'll be listening a lot and observing a lot, and trying to understand how our state works and functions and how the budget is put together, and then sponsoring things that are important. So the biggest piece of legislation will probably be how do we fund infrastructure. So as an economist, I hope to contribute a lot to that discussion.
If you were banished to a deserted island, what 3 items would you bring with you and why?
Water and food and books.
Thank you for taking the time to sit down and join us.
Thanks.